Good morning, sir. How are you?
What's going on?
This is Austin, everybody, the legend himself.
Washed it like a madman right before I got here, so as clean as you're gonna see it.
I guess we could pop the hood and see what's underneath.
Yeah, let's do it.
The grand reveal. Oh yes, a very nice clean engine bay with not much plastic. Let's talk about the power. Do you have anything done to it?
Yeah, so I have headers and an intake, catch can. That's really all that I have done to it, and a tune as well. So it's making, over stock, it's making about 60 horsepower, so it's right around 610 to the wheel and 600 foot-pounds of torque.
Wow. Right, so this is the manual, right? Six
Correct.
speed?
Yep, you got the 6-speed, and you're gonna have no lift shift as well with the manual, so that means foot all the way on the gas, clutch in, shift as fast as you can. Friends say it sounds like a PDK from outside the car if you rip it hard enough. Wow. It feels
cool.
weird, but they say that's how it's can be driven, so that's what I do.
This is a full-blown driver's car right here, ladies and gents. This is so cool. But what are these wheels all about?
Yeah, so I originally had the stock wheels, which are black wheels. They're very cool, but I wanted a separate street and track setup, so I went with the Apex VS-5 RS. That's their new wheel they came out with for the Camaro.
Wow.
It's a forged setup. Yeah, the 1LE gives you the aero package over the regular ZL1, so that's going to mean you're going to get this different front fascia with the lower front splitter. Comes out further. You've got these canards, obviously, which people often notice, as well as the rear wing. They say that gives you about 300 pounds of downforce at 150 miles an hour. So
wow,
it's noticeable on faster tracks. There's a stiffer suspension as well. The Multimatic DSSV is what it's called. It's a spool valve. It gives you a very firm ride, and it reacts to bumps in the road in a much more controlled manner than like the Magna ride that you would get in the regular ZL1s. That's probably the saving grace of the ride, is because this suspension is stiff, but these seats take out a lot of like the initial harshness, because, well, they got aggressive bolsters, but they're also super soft, so they give you a nice ride even if the suspension is really stiff. Yeah.
No, very nice. So these heated seats too?
Heated and cooled. Yep.
Heated and cooled seat.
Living the life.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about the backstory of this car, because it's very special what Austin has done. You took this whole car apart and re-put it back together, right? Or you bought it kind of in a bad state?
I did buy it in a bad state. It was a wrecked car, our title, and I tried so hard to find the previous owner because I would have loved to hear what happened, but from what we could tell, it looked like he was on the track somewhere and took it into the barrier. Front right here got smashed in, and the back side here absolutely got packed in.
Oh man.
Pushed the rear frame. And so I bought it sight unseen off a Copart and knew it was kind of a risky move. And so you're always going to find more damage than what you initially expect, which that turned out to be very true. But it was a learning experience. I'd never done a car that was that wrecked.
Wow.
I did what I could with the mechanicals, pulled the front off, got all the radiators, the front frame here, pulled the rear subframe down, replaced that, airbags inside. And then for bodywork and paint, I had that done professionally, obviously. So, but no, I'm super happy with how it turned out. Doing something like that makes me a little nervous just because I know how many bolts I touched with a lot of the major parts. But I've gone over it after you drive it a couple times. Things are still in place, and you'd never know it was wrecked. Drives straight, everything works like it's supposed to. I don't even have any rattles or like weird noises that you'd expect from like a rebuilt car. I was like, what can I get best bang for the buck that's gonna track well, still drive on the street, and make a lot of power. And this is kind of what came to my mind as far as bang for the buck. You're going to compete with a lot of supercars well into the 100, 200, even 300 range.
Oh my word, this is the easiest manual car I've ever driven. This is one of my favorite cars ever now.
Glad to hear it. We're now riding shotgun in the Beast with Mr. Landis driving. This is going to be quite the experience, I'm sure. Last time he took me out in this car, I was scared actually out of my mind. I was clinching onto this little oh crap handle, and he was just whooping through turns like no tomorrow. So I'm very excited to see how this thing feels, but with a proper driver behind the wheel. Here we go.
Torque's everywhere.
This car makes a lot of racket. Brakes are very good.
Yeah, it stops on a dime. That's almost, getting used to the brakes was almost the hardest part, because I would realize I could brake so much later. And so that was something I had to learn.
You should be good to go here in a couple seconds.
How long till we get the cops called?
I don't know.
This thing just curves through roads like it's nothing. It's unbelievable. Holy smokes. Okay, you guys will not be able to tell from the video. These roads are easy 25-mile-an-hour turns, and this car takes them effortlessly. I mean effortlessly. There's no screaming in the tires, nothing. At 60 plus miles an hour! It's incredible how this car handles.
Now you imagine that just with the track tires yet, which is another 100. These are 300 treadwear, the tracks are 100, so you're gonna get just that much more grip, so if
Right.
you imagine that.
Oh, this is an evil, menacing car. We get the CarPlay as well, navigation. I feel like this is gonna be very enjoyable to drive. Oh man. Okay, that has to be one of the easiest clutches I've ever
It's
felt.
super nice.
If you want, we can start in tour and kind of give an idea what that's like.
Yep.
Very
You can
well.
still drive very fast in tour mode. It's just once you get up to speed, you like to have as much feedback as possible.
And tour mode, it's very quiet. It's
Yeah.
actually not too bad at all.
Yeah, no, if you have windows up and you're in tour mode, you really don't hear the car that much. If you're on a nice, like a road that's decently paved, it rides just as nice as any other car.
Right.
Now, if you get on roads with sharp bumps and stuff that like is very, you know, harsh, you'll be like, wow, this is this ride's pretty stiff. I've already like hit my head, you know, on the ceiling. You got to keep that booty cold. Let's get the chiller on.
Oh
for you.
yes. That's a nice feature to have. Cold seats.
Yeah.
Oh wow. It's like pushing straight to my back like a breeze.
Yeah.
I love the shifter. Man, it's just a nice throw into the gear. The clutch feels direct. There's no weird grab
Yep.
points. Very.
And then if you want to go into the rev match, you just click your paddle,
Yep.
and then it'll activate that.
Here,
You don't have to do any throttle. You just shift with the clutch, and then it blips for you.
And we'll put it into sport mode, so we'll see how much different this feels.
Yep.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, there's a lot there. Wow. Oh my gosh, it's incredible.
It's very snappy. The torque's amazing. I mean, that's a lot of the reasons. I see guys trading in C8s for the ZL1
Oh, yeah.
because they miss the torque and like the power.
C8 is a brilliant car, but this I can tell you right now is way more fun.
Yeah.
Way more fun.
Yeah. Once it's in weather like this where it's nice, it's decently warm out, you can pretty much mat it in second, and the car will hook up for the most part.
That's pretty weird to think about with such a torquey power
Yeah,
car.
yeah. It really helps having 325s out back. Just smash it.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Woo! Okay. Manual makes it all so much better. Oh, that's incredible. All the different noises, the supercharger, the exhaust, the pops, the manual. It's such a lot, there's a lot of things going on at one time, makes it so much more enjoyable. Incredible.
Having the woods around to hear the car is awesome.
Sheesh. So John somehow found his way into the driver's seat. All right, John, how do you feel, buddy? How do you feel?
I don't know. We'll figure this out.
Oh, goodness.
We'll figure this out.
Don't wreck this car.
I'm not gonna wreck it.
This car is just very, just first time sitting in this car, it's very well done. Like, it's very comfy, very just plush, and yeah, everything we talked about. The Alcantara, you get the nice inserts. These seats are like super plush. It's ridiculous. It's such a nice feel.
It's a very soft clutch, so it'll roll out pretty easily.
Oh, you were right.
Yeah, honestly, this would be easier to learn than like my GTI would.
Wow, that's so easy.
Yeah, this is this Tremec is our silky smooth.
Just leave it.
Second's fine. Yeah, it's super torquey, so.
Oh, I don't want to go too hard on it, but wow.
Yeah, you can trust it. You can turn in here a little faster and stuff. You don't have to.
I mean, it is almost a track car.
Yeah, $165 for factory.
That auto rev match is sweet.
It's super nice. I never get tired of that. I can rev match myself, but I almost always let the car do it.
It like knows exactly what you're gonna do. Wow, this is one of the easiest manual cars I've ever had.
You can smell the fuel! Woo! That is pretty deafening. What's that?
He's gonna do it again, just to down a couple RPMs.
Okay. It's so unique. I've never heard a launch control sound like that.
I know. It's as soon as you do headers and stuff on these cars, it opens them up, and you can adjust anywhere from 1800 to about 4500 as far as a launch control. And so anywhere in there, you can set it to hit the limiter. So it's kind of a cool little feature.
Do you have a 0-60 timer?
I do. Let me see. And they're under performance here somewhere. There it is. 0 to 60.
Wow.
So we'll try. See what we can do.
Moment of truth.
See what this thing can do.
Oh.
Too much slip on that one.
Yes.
We'll have to bring the slip down a little bit.
Vehicle must be stopped. Yeah, it looks like they didn't even record it.
Yeah, I didn't stop long enough.
So was that traction on or traction off?
Traction's off most of the way.
Okay.
A little smoother this time.
Yep, so it says vehicle must be stopped.
Yep. There we got it.
We clocked in a 4.1. Not too bad for kind of a...
I was gonna say, I've seen worse.
For us.
It's rated, it should do a 3.5 according to the manufacturer, but...
And see, manufacturer is pretty much, they get a perfect prep track, perfect prepped environment.
They optimize everything.
Right. Wowzers.
I think my problem was I wasn't in first gear.
Oh.
That was why, as I dropped the clutch.
Yeah, we'll try. Do you want to do another one?
Another one.
We'll do one more here.
All right, now let's go into first gear this time.
Yes, first gear is quite, that's just... Oh. Wow. That launch just off the line is just tough to hit.
Yeah.
Man, you really banged 2 seconds ago. That was really good.
Yeah, the no lift shift comes in handy sometimes.
So that's no lift shift at all. Your foot's on the ground.
It's completely buried, and I just slap into the next gear.
Wow.
The launch control systems in these are known to be a little finicky. They're not exactly like, you know, you're not doing an all-wheel drive launch. So the computer's trying to regulate all the power, and yeah, it's just not the best launch control system. If you put on I see guys, if they put on a drag weld, get a sticky tire on a prep surface, you can do it, you know, mid 2 seconds, 0 to 60 on a pretty much stock car. But trying to do this, you know, with non-slicks on the street, unless you maybe have more skill than me, it's going to be difficult. But
was that awesome or what?
Dude, that was cool.
It's so tough for this car to put down the power though, because it's just so much.
real crapshoot, but we got one done. So
When you hit second gear, it's gone.
Well, it spun on that first one, and then the second one, traction caught it. And
I had slip set to 15. I went as high as I could because I knew it wasn't going to get a whole lot of traction here, so I wanted to slip, but it slipped a bit too much.
Yeah. You don't say.
Did you shift to second, or did you just let off?
Both times I shifted to second.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's like 2 weird black strips on the road. I don't know what that's.
We don't know where they came from.
We don't know where they came from.
All right, and we're gonna ask the question: how much is this car again?
Well, it depends how you could buy it, but brand new it's around 70, 75. Great deal.
There's not a whole lot of cars that give this. Well, in case I forget to thank you, man, thank you so much for the whole day.
Absolutely.
This is super freaking awesome, man. This car is an absolute blast. I think this is probably the most fun, if not, I mean, in comparison to a lot of exotics I've driven, this thing truly puts a bigger smile because you're so much more in control and in tune with the car. And yeah, this is a wicked car, dude. You gotta follow his page. Austin, was it Landis Man? Or
Landis Man, yeah. I have a YouTube channel where I post occasional videos, Landis cars, I believe, but yeah, not a big social media presence. I like enjoying it, just, you know, going out with friends. That's where the fun's at.
Taking in the memories. And
Yep, team.
Appreciate you coming on the channel, man. This is sweet.
No problem. Yeah.